Hey, boom, 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 boom. Welcome to the show. Boom, boom. Confessions of a former fuckboy. Boom, boom. From Minister Bink. This is Chronicles of a Reformed Fuckboy.
This thing got gold on it?
Yeah, nigga.
Bro.
The company came over earlier, bro.
Yo, I never... Can I get a chain?
Nigga, no.
You want to just donate a chain? Nigga, all the shit that I've given you and you've just lost and like left it to the...
I've never given you nothing.
You've never given me anything.
You sound preposterous, bro.
You've never given me anything.
No clothes.
Bink, you've never given
Come
me
on, you
clothes,
sound
dude.
silly, bro.
Like, if anything, like, we've traded clothes.
Yeah.
And then, like, I've never seen some of my clothes or accessories again. But you've never given me anything.
That sounds ridiculous, man.
You've never given me anything.
I don't know.
I think it's only fair. Like, yo, G, and you must have paid a little bit of money for those chains or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're holding back something material.
Yo, G, I didn't pay a lot for these chains at all.
Cool. I want Africa.
You want Africa?
I want Africa and the chain that Africa is on.
That's crazy.
Cool.
That's pretty symbolic, man. Like, you want Africa and the chain that it's on. You want a gold chain of Africa off of my neck.
Yes.
Onto yours.
I'm a real American.
And you're...
I'm ready to colonialize your whole neck.
All right. Can I think about it?
I don't really know what it is to think about after I just said, bro, I've known you for a long time, man. You've never given me anything.
You sound dumb. I think
Hey,
you're
look
playing,
at me here right now.
You're playing on
Look
my...
at me here right
You're
now.
playing... I think you're playing on my bad memory.
I didn't know you had bad rap. You know what it meant, though.
Shut up.
Translation?
All right. Look. Mm-hmm. What do you want to talk about, man?
No. It's what you want to talk about, my friend. It's what you want to
Let me introduce you first and foremost. Let me start bullshit.
Sure.
Man, on this show today, on this recording, I have one of my best friends in the world. He is sincerely, like, he go call me all types of gays and shit like that, but I don't care.
I would never call you a gay.
That's exactly what he would do. But he, man, sincerely is one of the most talented niggas that I know. Man, we used to be in a group together called Verbal Balance, and we used to live together. Like, we did a shitload of shows together, man. Like, for real. Like, I am a fan of this dude's work as an artist, even if I didn't know this dude, man. I sincerely respect his art and his hustle and his grind and his lack thereof it. And this is one of the most honest motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life. He's Patrice O'Neal's godson, I promise you, dog. My boy, I met him as Ugly, Understanding God Loves You, but his name is Malari. So whatever the fuck you want to call him, but I still call him I call him both. But my nigga, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much.
For real.
So much.
I'm super, and this dude drove, he don't even live here no more in Chicago. He lives in, like, Whitopia in Washington.
Whitopia.
And I feel bad for him because he don't have his real niggas around him no more. Not to, like, pity you or nothing, but it's like, I've been around a whole bunch of white people before.
Now I got a bunch of imaginary niggas around.
You got a bunch of snuffleupagus niggas now?
No real niggas, just imaginary.
Damn, dog.
And it's fun, though, because now I'm an imaginary nigga.
Damn. But isn't it lonely sometimes, though? Being an imaginary nigga?
Depends on what's your imagination.
Shut up, man. I'm like mad at myself I asked you that question. Depends on what your imagination is. Shut up.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
And that don't sound like that. That was a horrible.
That was a great impersonation, bro.
That don't sound like that.
Yeah, I exaggerated a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
Anyways, you and I have talked about the fuckboy situation.
True.
We discussed how labels are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want to call Chris, man. That's what I want to call him. He's hilarious. This will be great. But yeah, we'll call him later. We talked about how labels are dangerous. I agree. We came up with some good examples of that shit. You were saying, I don't want to speak for you. I just remember, correct me if I'm wrong. You were just like, it's fucked up. You making boys feel bad for them going through something that's normal or that's natural. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I disagree with that's what I was doing. I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing that. I wouldn't want to do that. I just feel like there's some shit that has become normalized that hasn't always either been normalized or, you know what I'm saying, there's some colonial white people as American shit that we picked up. You know what I'm saying? That continues to be detrimental towards us and towards relationships. There's some shit that's in the process that's in there that I just feel like can be taken out and niggas can still go through the process. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. But like, you're vehemently against the word fuckboy. And I get why, but yeah.
Yes, I am against the word fuckboy because, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that I'm totally against the word fuckboy, but I am against labels because labels, they come with a lot of baggage, right? That when you put a label on something, it comes with this baggage that when people are seeing it, they're like, oh yeah, I know what that is. And that's not fair, right? Because that could come with a baggage of shame. That could come with a baggage of, I don't know, whatever it is that you're not, right? Just because somebody want to put a label on that. For instance, 1980s, late 1970s, you know what I'm saying? We have the whole label of welfare queen and what that comes with, bro. And the welfare queen label was put on black women, right? When statistically,
white motherfuckers be on welfare just as much, if not more.
Not just as much, but way more.
Way more.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, that's a label that freaking hurts you. If you're getting government assistance, now everybody's going to look at you a certain way because at a point in time, like in all our lives, at some point, we need help. And it's wrong. Like, the stat's not even right.
For the welfare queen,
the mascot that you got for the welfare queen is not even. That's not what it's supposed to be. So yes, labeling somebody a fuckboy is no different from that, right? Because what I have always argued, what you're doing here is, yes, there are some things that are labeled as fuckboy, but what you're doing is you're labeling folks or guys that are going through a natural process of, like, even women, like, to me, or like a woman that I would prefer to deal with has gone through something that I'm sure a lot of your listeners and shit might know about. A hoe phase.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she was a hoe phase. A lot of women go through a hoe phase, and I'm giving my vagina to Jesus. Here you go. Here's my broken down vagina. Here it is, right back in the church.
Nuns do it right away. Nuns just stay.
We ain't talking about nuns. They're aberrations, so it's all good.
Oh, all right.
Like, we talking about regular queens.
Not none of this.
So yeah, man, when you label these cats fuckboys for, like, exploring what it is to have a penis, how to control yourself, how to discipline yourself with this tool, what it's actually doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, first time you ever fucked a crazy motherfucker. You know, or fucked the crazy into a motherfucker. You know? Or, you know, you need those experiences so you know, like, man, gee, I did not know I could not have this exchange of intimacy with everybody the same way because it might result into this, right? You know, the first time you lied to somebody to get out of trouble. First time you got caught up, right? All of these things that are labeled as fuckboys is actually a natural process so you could be the best man that you could be, right? Yeah. With some of those fuckboy tendencies, because those fuckboy tendencies that you putting a label on people will actually help you. Having fuckboy tendencies will get you to be like, I know what kind of woman I want. I know what kind of woman will trick me. I know what kind of woman is a hoe, and I know now if you just got some square ass dude that's like, you know, I just want a wholesome girl. He's gonna get fucked over.
Really?
He's gonna get taken, especially if he got some bread.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's never had the experience of being a womanizer. He's romanticizing the whole woman and man relationship. Right? Everything is movies and cartoons, and it's still Disney for a dude. You know what I'm saying? He's put all his concentration into his career, and so like he doesn't even know how to talk. So now when he gets this nice looking motherfucking thick brick house that comes at him, he's like, "Oh, I don't even know what to do." Like, bro, if you would have just experienced being a womanizer for a part in your life, you would have known a part of the game that would have helped you, right? And you would have been so. That's the whole thing that separates a boy, from a man, is that your awareness and what you do with that.
Okay, question. I feel that experience 100% makes you better if you learn from your shit, right? That's obvious. I fuck with that.
Experience makes you better.
I think if you learn from it, I said experience will make you
learn from an experience.
Yeah, I think if you go through an experience and you learn from it, then you should automatically be better at whatever when that experience comes up again. When something like that comes up again, you should be like, oh, I experienced that already. I learned from it. I should, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to use words like better.
All right. Why not? Why not? Like if you made a decision earlier that had more consequences than not, right? And then instead of doing that, when that experience comes again, because it will come around again, you're like, oh, I remember when I did it that way and it fucked me over. I have more consequences. If I do it this way, I'll have less consequences.
Yes, some people like.
How come that can't be better?
Yeah, I personally, as an individual, do not like.
Yeah, that phone. I'm sorry.
Getting into.
It's behind the styrofoam shit.
I don't like getting into words.
Thank you.
Like better. Okay. Right? Because it comes with certain like connotations.
And you don't like no motherfucking labels, huh?
No, but man, real talk, I do realize that words are spells. And once you agree to these certain spells that come in sentences and philosophies and ideologies, right? Like you're indoctrinating yourself into this way of life. Right?
Okay.
So that's why I'm so into like, hey bro, watch this whole fuckboy stuff. If you want to label that as far as your own experience, that's great. And that's what you have the power to do. But when you start looking at other people or call yourself helping other people, like, yeah man, you need to recognize these fuckboy tendencies. Like it's like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Because these words and these labels come with connotations, and then people are going to be like, deem this person bad or less than, right? Same thing with using the word better, right? No, I would just rather say that throughout me having these experiences, certain experiences, right? I am aware that the outcome is more probable this way, more so than that way. Right?
Okay.
And depending on how well I know myself, which currently I'm getting to know myself pretty good, right?
Well,
I'm like, you know what? I just got to admit to myself, like, man, I love a good hoe. Or what would be labeled as a good hoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who like just might want your money, you know, and for an exchange, or like somebody that like, you know, like, hey, I like those kind of girls. I really do.
What are you getting at?
I'm talking about knowing yourself and knowing the outcome versus something being labeled as better.
Okay.
Right? Versus like, hey, just be aware of who you are, what you want, right? And with these experiences, after you experience them a certain number of times, you're like, you know, I could pretty good educated guess at how the outcome or the consequence of this situation is going to be.
All right. So what is I see the harm in labeling something that can be carried with you. Like in my personal shit, like me and one of my female best friends just got back good because she carried this she put me in this box of this time I was in where, you know, she considered me like a user, you know what I'm saying? And there was a certain extent that was right about it. But then you do all this motherfucking work and like you try to be aware of that shit and take responsibility for it and whatever you got to do to apologize or atone or the change you go through, you know what I'm saying, is work. You know what I'm saying? It's work and it feels good once it's done. To be kept in that box, I feel you, is like, to be kept in that box as a person who does that, whatever that label is, hurts. You know what I'm saying? To carry, that's why we fell the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you can't like, man, you either like, let me move out of that shit and get to know who I am today, or fuck all this shit. I can't go by your definition of me no more. You feel me? Like, and so therefore I feel like I understand what you're saying as far as labels being dangerous. But on the other hand, also, like, I feel like in this situation, I'm more labeling a behavior to watch out for within self while you're trying to find yourself. Like, there's things that I've gone through that I see patterns of niggas doing that have more consequences than not. So I'm more so labeling a behavior. Yes, it gets thrown around the fuckboy, like a label to put on people. Like, I get how it gets thrown around like that. But to be like, hey, my nigga, what you doing? Like, that shit you doing, your process that you're going through is going to have less consequences. And you can get what the fuck you want. Plus, he or she can get what they want. If the advice that I'm giving you has a label on it that you don't like, I could deal with that. I could deal with that. Okay, I fuck with that. And I understand the dangers of it. But, you know what I'm saying? I would rather have not been a user, you know what I'm saying? And or realize that I was being a user at the time I was being, and then realize, oh shit, that is kind of true. Let me chill on that. Like, if she had told me because she told me it was like afterwards, like after I had already changed shit. And so she was still carrying that around for me. I didn't know she felt that way though. You know what I'm saying? Had she been like early, like, nigga, I felt like you were a user at one point. And I was like, well, bitch, all right, damn, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know you felt that way. That's just bad communication. Labels or not. That's just bad communication. But like her saying it later on while I've already changed, but she's still keeping that label on me hurts. But had she told me earlier that shit was trash, I would have did something about it.
Yes, but at the same time, though, bro, it's about you and your connotations with that kind of lifestyle or those kind of characteristics of a person, right? You're deeming them as bad. The same way that you talk about being better through your experience, right? But it's really not about that, right? It's about you having a certain experience, right? And you having the fucking gall, right, to go ahead and have this experience in a certain kind of way that might not be deemed positive to others, right? But that's how you learned how to get through that situation. Sometimes in this crazy universe, you have to use people. You have to use people, right? It's the whole point of, like, you really can't live your life being independent of everyone, right? You got to be dependent on friends, family, you know what I'm saying? Your peers.
Can you use people in a way where you're
using people is using people. It's not about being positive or negative.
Yeah, fuck positive and negative. Can it be communicated where they're not being manipulated? Can that happen?
Yes, it definitely is a possibility of that. But sometimes
you have to manipulate.
Sometimes, and as a married nigga, right? You have to lie.
Fair enough.
You have to lie, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it comes a point when, baby, do I look fat in this dress? You know, honesty is not, it serves no purpose right here. If you want to live the rest of your day the way closely how you planned it out, in a good manner for you, right? Me saying, like, even if she do look fat as fuck in this dress, it makes no sense for me to be honest.
This is a new you, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're one of the most honest niggas I know. But you're right. There are times when
yes, but this is me being honest.
Yeah, true.
About a relationship between a man and a woman, right? And I'm telling my wife, right, my life partner, a lie so I could just fucking live, right? And lying, right, with you would be some fuckboy behavior. Because throughout your experiences, being honest has a better outcome. And I'm here to tell you, as a person with a life partner and you don't have one, that's bullshit, bro.
My nigga.
That does not work.
You think that I'm saying that the truth always you're a better person if you lie anytime you're a fuckboy.
When you use
think that's what I'm saying?
when you use words like good and you use words like better, as far as attaching those to your experience and how you lived while you give advice, that is it's very misleading. So you might not be saying that, but it definitely sounds like that, bruh.
Okay, you just hate that
just
good
telling them
you
the
hate
truth.
that good and bad
you
shit,
don't
though.
need to lie.
It's situational as
because it
fuck,
might be
bro.
better.
It's situational as fuck. And
you could turn out just like me, Binkey, the superstar. You could go to Thailand too if you just believe.
And you like, Nick, you better lie. You better lie your motherfucking titties off,
I'm not
nigga.
saying that. What I'm saying is, hey man, listen to Binkey. But if you ever feel this little nigga in the back of your head that says, hey man, don't tell this bitch the truth. Because she gonna scratch your car. She gonna burn your clothes. You know her to be like this. Lie. Right? And you still wanna fuck, right? Right? Lie! Lie! Lie!
Alright. Listen. Listen. There's been situations you and I have been in our lifetime. Had we made a better decision, we wouldn't have been fucking with a person we shouldn't have been fucking with because those kind of consequences might have happened. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck if somebody, an older nigga was like, or any nigga was like, yo, man, this situation look real familiar to me. I kind of, that look, but and I say this, hey, if you just told her that you just wanted to fuck, like you just came out the gates and told her that's all you want to do is fuck and you don't want nothing else to do, and then stick to that and don't do no girlfriend shit, don't do no I love you shit, don't say nothing else that you think might have to get you the pussy. If you just say that, I'm almost guaranteed that might work better and have less consequences. All right, let me take better out. That might have less consequences than the route that you was about to take with it.
Bink, this is the most misogynistic shit that I've ever heard you really say.
That's fair.
This
That's
is
fine. That's fine.
Because what you're doing is negotiating this magic bitch's pussy that we're talking about
Okay,
right now.
all right.
Right? And you're trying to tell this young man here that, hey man, if you just be straight up with her, like you'll probably go ahead and get the pussy.
And she won't be hurt by it. She know the truth.
She won't be hurt by it.
Yes.
But you know what?
What?
If you lie, if you responsibly lie, you could probably fuck and she won't get hurt.
What is Okay. All right, so what you trying to You should have seen the delight in your face, you bitch ass. You're like, okay. All right, so let's say that
Responsible liars.
what the fuck does that mean?
You know what a responsible lie is, bro. It's responsible.
Your wife, the fat dress thing, that's a responsible lie.
That is a responsible lie.
That
is a responsible lie.
You're like, yep, that one.
Sure.
But
Any more?
Yeah. You got anyone else on it? No, nigga. What I'm saying is, how come what I'm telling him is wrong? Why is what I'm telling him?
I never said it was wrong.
So why is it,
I would never say it's wrong.
I know you wouldn't say wrong, but you would say it's misleading. Why is it misleading? Why is it to say, hey, if I've gone through something that looks like this before, and I feel like just because of my experience, just because of my experience, you don't even have to go by it. What I'm saying is not law. You know what I'm saying?
Bink, respectfully, I gotta cut you off, G.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay. Respectfully, okay?
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Like, Bink.
Shut
Bink, you're telling a person your experience, but you're not even aware of how much you're an aberration. You're not being fully responsible of the black unicorn that you are. Right? Ask yourself these questions while you're giving advice to just average regular people, right? And it's not about a status thing, right? It's just about the experience and the individual that is flowing through, right? How many black men have just done what you've done as far as Thailand?
There's some.
There's some?
There's some? I know a whole bunch of black men travels.
Okay. Traveling, right?
Yeah.
Traveling, right? You said there's some. You can hear the number in your voice. It's very shallow.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many black men on average, like if we want to generalize black folks, just black men in general, right? In our age group, have had the experiences that you've had, being a poet, being an MC, you know what I'm saying, and being a comedian, being a traveler, starting a set, getting your money off site in another country, right? You know what I'm saying? Not just on some tourist stuff, like I'm just exploring the world because I can and I'm privileged that way. Like, but actually doing something with their passion and their craft, right? Around the world, outside of the States. Like, you are a unicorn, dog.
Okay, I hear you.
And you're giving it, it's like Brad Pitt giving somebody advice.
You sound dumb.
But you're not being aware that you're Brad Pitt.
I hear what you're saying.
You're an aberration. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brad, you're rich and you're good looking. And you're not a dummy. And you're white and privileged. And you're talking to me like I have all the same things and all the same experiences. Like, your outcomes are going to be like this, brother.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
And I fuck with it. Nigga, just that is a thing that happened to me that I decided to do, and you're right. There's avenues that I've been blessed with that a whole bunch of niggas ain't even get to live through. You know what I'm saying? And I realized how fortunate and how favored and how unicorn that shit is. But nigga, we lived on the 9 together. You know where I came from with you. We the same nigga. I think. Wait. All I'm saying is, I realized that shit, but all I'm saying, since I've seen it so many times from regular niggas out there. It's still regular niggas out there too, dog. Like, it's some regular black dudes out there doing some regular shit. They just outside of that shit. So all I'm saying is, since I've seen different variations of that, it doesn't make me so fucking unicorn. And since I know that, you know what I'm saying? I know that since my experience my vision is a little more than that. My experience, I've seen more people, met that type of people, and I already know it's like, my niggas, your regular ass can do extraordinary shit too. You know what I'm saying? You have it. If niggas had gave me this when I was your age, I swear to God, I would have been had done it. Why it was, you know how many white young travelers out there, bro? 18, 19-year-olds out there on their fucking sabbatical before they go to college, because that's just the way they live. You know what I'm saying? That is the knowledge passed down to them like it's nothing. You know, white people have a different relationship with money and all that shit. Like, being around white folks, it's different. And so what we get exposed to. Now that I've been exposed to some different shit, I'm like, my niggas, look, it's right there, my guy. Like, you, me, like, and I know that I am irresponsible as fuck sometimes. Like, I don't have a shitload of money right now, but I'm happy as fuck. And I'm saying you have the tools to to do that shit already. I didn't know I had them until I did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this is some shit that works. This is some shit that actually, and if it don't, then fuck it. I could be wrong. And look, if you get labeled a fuckboy, I understand what that comes with. But like, man, I would rather somebody tell me I was fucking up, doing some shit that that has more consequences than not. I would rather somebody tell me and they feel full of themselves, however the fuck they feel, but if they went through it and they telling me about it, I'm like, well, fucking tell me. I can do whatever I want with that information. You know what I'm saying? I can do whatever I want with that information, but just know this: what you're trying to get, I talk to them, man. They ain't really fucking with that. They ain't really fucking with that. And you fucking them over and leaving and not even knowing. Like, not even knowing. At least know. Be aware. You know what I'm saying? Be aware. That's it. And when you're aware, you do what the fuck you want with that information. I ain't saying, and I understand that whole good and bad shit. Like, you're making me aware of that. You're making me aware of, like, putting so much negative connotation on some of these behaviors can be debilitating as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then make people probably maybe go opposite ways and maybe go harder on the shit that hurts people. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. So I'll try to do less of that. But what I will continue to do is be like, hey, I talked to them and they said that thing you did is like not really working. They say what do work is this. Try that, see what happened, and if it don't work, you know what I'm saying, do whatever the fuck you go do. But I'm just letting you know what's been working and what's not working statistically. You feel me? That's what I'll be on.
From your personal experience.
From my experience and their words. You know what I'm saying? And other niggas around me, nigga, like this ain't new.
Yeah, but see, when you start listening to women about what they want. Exactly. That shit's hilarious, dog. Like, I'm sorry, G.
He was Malari O'Neal, nigga.
Oh, is that better? Is that better? When we turn the lights on, is that better? This thing now, is that better? Is that better? Yo, like,
That's my favorite. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love that one, dog.
Dog. Like, you're not finna fool me into, like, becoming the man. Like, I'm finna love you the way that you think a man should love you. That's insane. And I will lose my life doing that. And I'm not going to.
Want some water or juice?
Sure.
What you want?
Water.
All right. Keep going.
Yeah. So I'm not going to have, my life experience is not going to be like, you know what? Let me just get this right. So, okay. So how am I supposed to do it? Okay, I'm supposed to hug you like this. I'm supposed to love you like this. I'm supposed to teach you like this. I'm supposed to be a provider like this. And I'm supposed to, did I get it right? Did I get it right? Whole time, this person with a vagina is trying to tell this person with a penis how to act with a penis.
Mm-hmm.
That's incorrect.
How to act when it comes to getting them. How to act when it comes to like achieving the ultimate goal that you are born to do, what you think you want to do.
But the way that you're saying it is incorrect. The way that she's saying, you got to do it like this, it ain't even right. And I know that because it's a woman that's saying it. It's about like not being some bitch ass nigga that's like, you know what, maybe she's right. Maybe I would get him more if I was like the way that she said I was. No, bro. You don't have enough confidence in yourself where you're not sure enough this is the way to do it. And that's where they got you at. And they got the prize. They got the prize.
You sound so old. And they got the prize. Right on. Oh, right on.
Bro.
So let me get this straight. So let's say you are, I'm gonna apply the same thing you said to fellatio, to give some head, to eat some pussy, right? Let's say that they're telling you what to do. And you look up at her like, girl, you's a woman.
That's how you sing. That's how you sing.
You's a woman. You don't know nothing about this. Not now, not ever. Let me do what I do as a man.
No, that is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because in that situation, she's saying, look, I, as a woman, I know my body, right? I know my body. So I need you to do this way so I can get to this level. And I'm going to be like, hey, tell me more. Tell me more. You know what I'm saying? What I have a problem with is when a woman try to tell a man how a man should love a woman.
Okay. Or what about to attain them? To attain their attention, to get like to let's say the fuck.
You know
let's
what?
say to fuck.
We're getting to an edge here where we're about to find out my true personality. So I don't think we can get any further, because already. Because all in all, like a lot of folks in general, you know what I'm saying? But women, given that they have this gift of just being emotional, right? Outside of, you know, like certain like just principles and like hard-edged shit that men be about, like women are like spaghetti and men are like waffles, my G.
Oh shit!
Men live in boxes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm playing the game or if I'm watching the game, that's where I'm at and that's it. Women are spaghetti. They're noodles. They're all connected. You know what I'm saying? How was how was your day at work? Oh, this happened, this at work, and like all of that shit. We're fucking like built different.
Okay.
So it's like, yo, G, with all of that emotion, nigga, you don't really know what you want. You just saying how you feel right now.
Okay.
Right? And me as a man in my boxes, I should listen to you, right? Mm-hmm. But that shit, I should only take that shit so far because you spaghetti. You all over the place, right? And like, you know, as a man, you just kind of really just want to fix shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I go with your emotional perception of life and I'm just like in boxes and trying to fix shit, I'm going to drive myself crazy.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm not even working from my male perspective foundation. She don't know what she want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just like Patrice. Like, hey, you know when she... It's not about happy wife, happy life, G. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm happy, right? Mm-hmm. You'll be happy.
And what makes you happy?
I know that. She don't really know that.
Okay.
She don't really know what make her happy.
I wish I could see his face right now.
She don't really know what make her happy.
I wish. Okay. All right. So I used to be the dude that'd be like, yo, feelings aren't facts, right? that was my shit. As soon as me and my lady get into it about some shit, when I was with certain ladies in my life, they get the da-da-da-da, and what they're saying is built off emotion, you know what I'm saying, like hella emotion. And I would listen and until it wasn't factual. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the 2 + 2 was not 4 to them.
Yeah,
it was
box.
Yeah, and I would stop listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is untrue. So why are we talking? I'm not going to get this energy, right? And I will always say feelings aren't facts. And that was some fucked up shit because it took for me to be in their shoes and be cold. You good?
Yeah, I'm freezing.
Okay. I thought you was hot. No. All right. Oh, you need your gas in. All right. So I'm saying, all right. So it took for me to be in those shoes where they did something that had me on some emotional outburst shit. Like this, I'm going in on some shit. It's what I'm saying is factual though, but I'm still being emotional about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe overly emotional about it. But I'm feeling that.
What, did you say her and hit her in her forehead or something?
No. I'm just saying like it was. I don't know. Whatever.
You was just being passionate.
Sure. Let's say that. Let's say I'm being passionate, but she sees it as being emotional, right? And so while I'm talking to her, now say when she's having her emotional outburst, I'm listening. I'm listening because I know her well enough to know that she's going to have this outburst. And instead of me saying feelings aren't facts and just shutting this shit off and they get even madder, I'm listening to the point I was like, I know she needs to get this out. I know all the shit that's surrounding it. Like her mama called her earlier. She like now, all these things that I know are surrounding it. And I get to listen to that.
Because men are extra considerate that way.
All right, so hear me out. So hear me out. So when it's my turn to be one to be heard in that way, and she like, hey, you still talking about that? I'm like, oh God, I'll kill you. Oh my God, I'll kill you. Oh my God. And then like, but see,
right, you start acting like a bitch. You start getting emotional, just like a woman.
You start
turning into spaghetti.
They start treating me as if I'm being a bitch. But I'm like,
because they recognize that.
But all right, so hear me out. So I would rather be with a partner. I would rather be with somebody who can do what I can do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's necessarily a man thing no more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've been with women who are, man, they get it. They fucking get it, my guy. You know what I'm saying? And we still have our emotional shit, but like it's way less consequences, way less conversations that need to be had because they just fucking know. They get it. So they know when an emotional outburst is happening between either one of us, we finna give it an ear. You know what I'm saying? We finna be empathetic in those moments. And so what the fuck is my whole point?
I don't know. I'm listening. I'm listening hard as hell.
All right. So my whole point is that, you were saying how how women are. Oh, I was saying how even though it's not factual, even though this shit is not factual, these emotions mean some shit. I'm just saying this empathetic moment to where I need for both of us to be listening to each other. That shit only happens when you get corrected in that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to check her when she did that. I was like, yo, that's, yo, my G, that's some hypocritical shit you just did. You want me to pay attention when you need that. And so when it's time for me to need that, I need the same. So if she wasn't corrected in that shit and then just let it ride and let that be her fucking process, she would let that continue and let that be. And she'd take that shit to other relationships and continue to destroy other niggas who won't ever share, who won't ever fucking be emotional, even though that's a human fucking trait.
Why do you just assume that she would just meet niggas like that?
What you mean?
Like, that she would just meet the type of people that you just said.
I'm saying though,
if you didn't check that.
Okay, but if I did, this is the whole point though. This is me checking behavior that has consequences that are fucking extra. You know what I'm saying?
No,
this is me checking behavior.
No, it's just behavior that doesn't work for you, Bink. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You don't get to write some certain future where what you did in checking this bitch, like, hey man, don't do that. You know I don't like that because this ain't right. Now, that
patterns though, fam.
It's so special.
There's fucking patterns. It's not. If it was monofucking-lithic, I wouldn't be saying shit to nobody. Do you think if I didn't think it could apply? If I'm seeing the pattern, what I said earlier is like, yo, here's a pattern that I see. Mm-hmm. That I see. I'm at least at the age and experience enough to where it's like, that looks really familiar. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This aspect of these behaviors looks really familiar. And all I'm saying is in these situations, like, yo, I did exactly that. Matter of fact, I did exactly that, what you did. And it got me the same consequence that it got you. Bro, all I'm saying is from this pattern that I see, like, they said that you could try it this way. That's not Binkey's law.
And I've
that's
never said anything was wrong with that, bro. The only thing that I've ever had, the only thing that I've ever said is I am really against this title shit. Okay. I'm really against this title shit. And it goes all the way back to that fuckboy stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I just think, man, you call somebody a fuckboy, it automatically, like, if you're in a room full of women and you're like, yeah, see Tyrone? And they look at Tyrone. You'd be like, that nigga's a fuck boy.
All right, how about this? You see Teresa over there? Or you see Kim over there? You see Trina over there? Yeah, that was Trina. Yeah, she's going through her whole phase. That's the same fucking thing. It's a label. It's a label that you put on that she has to go through.
I do, but you know what I'm saying? And you could be right. I could be wrong, right? My perspective. People might agree with you. People might agree with you more, tend to agree with you more. But I think that recognizing that somebody is in their hoe phase versus calling somebody a straight up hoe, even in a group of you know what I'm saying, your peers, and then pointing at somebody, it's way less detrimental to that person's character.
In your opinion?
In my opinion. Okay. If I say, hey man, look at old girl, she going through her hoe phase, I'm letting you know what she's on. I'm not saying like, this girl will steal your shit and fuck up your shit and do all this shit. Like, no, bro, she's experimenting with different niggas. So if you really like been looking at her lately, this is about the time where you might want to go ahead and roll on in. Like, so
who do you think you are?
Versus, hey y'all, she a hoe. I think you're writing all kind of periods and conclusions on this woman's life. Versus, yo, man, she going through a little hoe phase.
Okay. I tell you what.
And that's the difference between a label and a season that somebody is going through that everybody can relate to.
Okay. How about this? Hey, watch out for Terry. Terry's definitely going through a fuckboy phase right now.
No,
that don't work.
No.
That don't work.
No.
How does that not work?
Because that is a label, and you tried to do it.
Why does that not work?
You tried to be like, I'm just going to put phase on the end of anything, and then it'll be okay, right?
Bro. It's about to say. I'm being a little facetious, but it makes sense. It does not make sense to say, hey, she is a hoe. No. All right. To say she's going through a hoe phase. Do you think that niggas is smart enough and very emotionally aware enough to be like, well, he did not call her.
Your grandparents had it right. Or your mama and them had it right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you around here smelling yourself.
Okay.
The nigga around here smelling himself. Nigga think cause he getting some pussy or something, like he could just he paying the bills around this motherfucker. Had to stick him in his chest a few times.
Uh-huh.
It's like that. It's not about that fuckboy shit is a label, man. You can't be like a fuckboy phase because it's like, yo, she in a welfare queen phase. You feel that shit like you dogging that woman over there.
Get the fuck out
You
of here.
feel it. You know what I'm talking about.
God.
It's a spiritual thing. Like, you feel it. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Versus, man, Bertha just going through a tough time. She's going through a tough time.
Oh,
Welfare queen phase.
Hey, man, I miss you being here, my dude.
True.
I'm glad you're here, man.
I'm glad I'm here too, man.
That's what's up, G's. I sincerely have, like, we talk about this shit a lot, but nigga, you one of the most honest people I've ever met, whether I agree with you or not, and I usually don't.
Honest.
But yeah, G. But man, on some Patrice O'Neal shit.
Responsibly lie.
on some Patrice O'Neal shit. Have you watched the documentary?
No, I can't find it, man. So I don't think I got access to it.
Oh, G, we watched that shit, G. Like, hey, one thing he kept that's been prevalent in his work is saying that he was like, man, you can't tell the truth no more. Like, truth, you can't do it. Like, it's just, he said that a lot in his stand-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just telling the truth, you can't do it. You just can't do it. And I'd never seen a more honest comic in my life, man. In my life. And you remind me of him, dog. And I know you do, but like, being able to stand on that shit, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really respect that. I really respect that shit. Like, for real. Like, niggas do not, especially the way, like, motherfuckers moving today. Like, you think I'm trying to be politically correct and all that shit and trying to win over niggas.
No, I think this is naturally what happens when niggas get older in age, and I'm so much of a person to be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to
But
sign.
you've always been a no-ass nigga, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Exactly. I'm not going to change.
Why?
I'm not gonna change because there are some things.
Because you sound old as fuck.
And I realize
I ain't gonna change, never.
And that's okay.
Yeah, fuck with it.
That's okay to sound old.
Yeah, right or wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, G, it's an old man calls you a nigga. It's like he supposed to. He old as hell. It's what he knows. It's in him. So to live in this new world where you're not just able to say that point and call somebody a nigga, it's crazy.
To who?
To some old ass white man when they was in high school. That's what you did. You just pointed at black people and you be like, "Hey, that's a nigga." You nigga. The hard ER or something.
The hardest ER. But all right, so does that make it all right? So if the majority doesn't accept that anymore as a reality, I know it's crazy to him. It's obviously crazy to him because that's not his world.
You're finna die.
All right.
And the first thing that's finna get out of here is your mentality.
So do you realize your mentality?
It's like niggas that collect 8-tracks. They're not around here.
So are you saying that your mentality is dying at an alarming rate?
I do realize, no, it is not dying at an alarming rate.
I'm asking.
No. It's actually the most marketable it's ever been.
Okay. I agree.
But there are less people who think like this that will openly express it.
100%.
Because, with the witch hunt of any witch hunt, new or old, these days, there is no place, or I'm not going to say no place, but it's becoming less and less where men can talk about women openly and not be judged. We don't have these places. Not on the radio, not even so much just on the internet. Like, it's just less and less places for a man like myself to be like, you know what I'm saying? A bitch said this and a bitch. You can't do like that no more.
Don't ever shake your neck like a bird.
It's a bitch bird.
But you know what they would say though, honestly, man, like, oh, boo-hoo, nigga, a man's world, blah blah this, and you crying because
yes, because women are spaghetti. Why would you care about a man that thinks like I do? Why would you care? I expect you to be like, yeah, boo, nigga, yeah, who cares? Like, yeah, you're setting us back years. You're fucking Man. Fucking man.
Yes, cisgender.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yo, the way that other people say cisgendered, like, it's the worst thing. Like, bro, I was born this way. Sound familiar?
You know, Dana Carvey. You know Dana Carvey, the comedian?
Probably.
He's a white dude. He used to, what was his name for? He used to do Bush a lot on Saturday Night Live back in the day.
Okay.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. They wouldn't be prison.
Yeah. Old Bush.
Yeah, old Bush.
Yeah.
Oh, first Bush. And he had I haven't watched it, but he has a new stand-up called Cisgender Male, something like that, or Old White Male, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what he talks about. Just like, it's just unacceptable to be me. It's just unacceptable to be me anymore.
Bro.
Like, here's my take on it. As quote unquote woke as motherfuckers have tried to make each other and myself, man. Like, I learned a lot about shit. I'm still learning. This shit is crazy and it's moving at a crazy pace. I definitely feel it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely feel it's too much. And this is, you know, even though I agree with a lot of it too, and I understand as a black male, as a person who's, you know what I'm saying, as a person who's been, you know what I'm saying, as a person who's been victimized, you feel me? Like, there's aspects of it I totally get. I totally get. Like, damn, I would not want to be called that. I don't want that white dude to call me nigga. I don't want him to be able to call me nigga and him get away with it. And him be able to say it with such fucking freedom.
What's the big deal?
But hear me out. I'm talking about me personally. Now that it's a time where he can say it, and damn, now I don't have to just keep it. Like, I don't have to just like swallow that shit because he feels privileged enough to do it where he get away with this shit. I don't even have to take it. Damn, I could actually do something about damn, I could smack the fuck out this nigga. Like, I could call him a nigga, smack the fuck out of him and walk away. Damn, what liberation, bro. Like, and I won't be hung for it. I won't be tarred for that shit. And my whole family won't be killed in this bitch. Now, will be consequences. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that's the time. Mm-hmm. But man, what a fucking time for me where I feel like that's something that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit. Fuck him being able to say that to me for generations before that. This ain't the time, you old piece of shit. This ain't the time. And I swear to God, you gonna know it ain't the time.
Yeah, man. And I think some of that has to deal with, even though what you're saying is valid, it still has a lot to deal with the foolery that's going on with the world. And people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly, I straight up believe this, fam. It is our fucking responsibility, everybody that is here right now, to outthink the motherfuckers that have been here for the mentalities that have been here for the last 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. Because all we're doing, we got new technology and we're just thinking the same way. Racism still works the same way. Economics still works the same way. Like, so it is our fucking duty to fucking, like, not think like that when a person says a nigga, right? You have to be so accountable, so aware and so responsible for yourself that when a person says something like nigga, it rolls off you, right? And rolls off you not like because you're so hard, but because you're so aware that this individual is so scared of this mentality being so thin and on its way out of here, right? That he's going to, the only thing that he could muster that he has left in his whole arsenal of weapons to try to hurt you as a black individual is to point and scream nigga. And this person is so beaten down and so small and so insignificant in the world. They're like a baby in a roast battle. And you're so aware of that. And you're so evolved in your thinking and responsible and accountable for the mission at hand that we don't think like that anymore. And we're moving forward with all of this shit so we can be done with all this old shit that affects us, even to the point that we have emotional baggage about these petty ass words and their historical value, right? Like, you'll be able to just be aware and be like, man, this person is really dealing in pain.
All right, I fuck with that. I think that is the utopia that niggas is trying to get.
That's not even utopia.
That's gotta be, because the only reason I feel like this is utopia is because, and I live a piece of that life, bro. Like I actually like living in Thailand for a couple of years. I won't worry about being called nigga.
Yeah, but I'm talking about everybody that's here actually going ahead and moving forward with that kind of.
Again, that is a mentality that I feel like is utopian, just based on the fact that niggas have not been able to get through their pain. They have not been able to get through their pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to work through that shit to get to that. Mm-hmm. Of course, I want to be able to be like that old man say nigga and be like, oh, so sad. Oh, so sad. You dying piece of shit. You just had, that's the only thing you got left.
It's not even that.
That's all you got left. But it rolled on my back. I even got to think about his consequences, right? That's what you're saying. Like, it don't even affect me. It don't affect me, right? I can't get to that point until I deal with my shit. And me dealing with my...
No,
that's that. Wait.
You can't get to that point until you get to that point. And the fact that you saying I can't get to that point until... That's why we're so fucking stupid now.
But that's not fair.
How do you reliving this whole fair? So how do you get rid of it? How do you get rid of it? How do you get rid of it? You're talking about fair.
How do you get rid of it?
What is this fair thing? How do you get rid of the... What is this fair thing?
The fair thing is a whole bunch of injustices happening in front of you over and over and over again, and you not feeling justified in any of the consequences that happen. That's the unfair part. So when this nigga thing that happened, when this nigga thing that happened, whatever the fuck this is, right? Or however I feel about it, like, I think I might be reacting to it wrong. Right? I might be if I was able to let that roll off my back and walk straight forward, and I would be so much better. I would be. Obviously, I'd be so much better. But damn, man, I'm in this mucking motherfucking mire. I'm in this mucking mire because all I see, every time this motherfucker say that, and more of my people die. So now this word is connected to actual danger. Like, it's correct. This word is violent shit. I don't agree with all that shit, but to me, nigga is. Like, nigga's been
But you use it.
It's mine now. Like, I took it back. But
you're making all of these choices and you're choosing to see which
I gotta get through it though, bro.
You're making all of these choices, and you're also choosing which choice you're going to give more power to. Right? It's like, yeah, the word nigga, it can't roll off of me because of blah, blah, skippy,
these are all processes, though, my
But
boy.
at the same time, I got power over the word.
And that had to go. That was a process of that.
You're not being aware of how weak you are. You're not being aware of how weak you
yes,
are.
Like, I'm admitting that I'm weak, and that's how it's affecting me.
You're not assessing yourself correctly, bro.
How are you saying that?
because even with a word like nigger, you're on both sides. It's like you have the power, but it still has power over you.
Yes, that's
when a person uses you.
I know that about the word. How's that not being aware? How's that? I know that it still has a little power over me, and I still have power over
You're not being aware of the totality of the situation, that you have the choice.
Okay.
You got the choice over the word. You got the power.
And I'm letting
you
know,
got the choice.
And I'm letting you know that there's a part of me that I don't have control over yet. You know what I'm saying? There's a part of me that I admit to that I don't fully have a fucking grasp.
Okay, well, that's the bitch in you that you need to kick out for not paying rent.
Okay.
But
I'm letting. But that don't.
Do you need help, brother?
That is.
Brother, do you need help?
That is not.
Do you need help?
That is not.
Do you need help?
That is not.
Do you need help?
That does not.
Do you need help?
Negate.
I'm showing you how we help each other get through this.
Fine. That still does not negate the fact, the part that I can't control, the part that him saying nigga, that part still kind of fucks with me. That me admitting that part still has a little bit of me. It's still being aware.
Whining. You can't control. Go get some discipline. That's all I'm gonna tell a nigga.
Okay.
Get some discipline. You know how to discipline yourself through your experiences, correct or no?
You're a tough guy, huh? You go get some discipline. Even though the shit continuously happens to you every day, and you know, and as a motherfucker who's intelligent,
is you dead or not? Is you dead or not? This is the problem that I have with a lot of my peers and my so-called real niggas, like motherfuckers who stand out here and whine about all the hardships that are out here and how shit is just not fair. Like, bro, we've been living in this for a minute. So it's about time that niggas start thinking past this situation so we can move on. Because what's going to happen is your kids are going to be living in this shit. It's going to be just a whole nother thing with iPhone motherfucking 165. It's the only difference. Like, no, bro. Every time you say you can't, you can. For one, you're a unicorn. And it's up to you to be aware of your giftedness. Right? So everybody else can be aware of their giftedness, right? And you saying that you can't do something when you've done some of the things that look impossible to average niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's not fair when you say you can't. Because you can't.
Okay.
You're just making a choice to believe that you can't. That's retarded.
Hey, man, on that note, I think, first of all, thank you. I really sincerely appreciate you, my nigga. Like, straight up, shit.
For sure.
Like, you came all the way from where you came from. I appreciate you.
From where I came from.
Yeah, nigga, no
Out of trash kid.
You is Oscar the Grouch, you bitch ass nigga. Hey, I don't agree with none of this. LGTB who?
Man, see that's so dope. This nigga said, thank you. Then he called me Oscar the Grouch.
You said you came out of garbage can. I was making a reference,
You know
nigga.
what
You
I'm
helped me
saying?
out.
You say, you is Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, labels.
Right. After I came from where I came from.
The garbage can.
Man.
Yeah, all jokes aside, man. Like, all right. So, I feel like...
and many more blessings.
Shut the fuck up. You're a Grand Rising ass nigga. Like big Grand Rising. Shut up.
And you're giddy for some dick.
What? I'm sorry, y'all. Look. I will always have these discussions with my bro, man. I love this dude. That's my brother. And, I think we just trying to make motherfuckers aware. Like, all in all, he on the same shit that I'm on. Just kind of
Not really, though.
Different ways of doing it, man.
Not really.
You trying to make motherfuckers aware. You're trying to make motherfuckers aware, period, point blank, through your music, through your honesty, all the shit you say. You trying to make motherfuckers aware, period.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I just be being me.
All right, fine. Well, and you being, no, fuck that shit. Fuck, I'm not letting that ride. No.
I be being me at all times.
Fine, that's fine.
Very important.
That's fine. You being you, you feel it necessary to push out a message, bro. Your music has a message. I'm sorry. We've dissected some of it.
My music.
Yep.
Yes, it's me.
Yes, it is you. And
Yes.
you come with a fucking message. You're not purposeless in your acts, my nigga.
The message is me.
Shut the fuck. All right. I almost forgot how good you are at this. You're so good at it. I miss it, man. I really do miss it.
Okay, all right.
Living with this nigga was hilarious, man. Oh, I love you, bro. All right, so, man, I'm trying to make people aware. He is making people aware, whether he's trying to or not. Bitch ass.
Of what?
You.
Okay, cool. Right,
Cool,
because
good.
we're not talking about that fuckboy
No,
stuff.
not at all. Not at all.
I'm not making people aware of fuckboy.
Yeah, you
which
you
is
won't.
a natural process that most men go through. Unless you just like to draw in the back of class.
Shut the fuck up.
You too can.
Shut up. That's why you hit your teeth with the cup, nigga. It's like clink. Yo, man, all that being said, yo, I appreciate y'all listening. Please hit me up if you want to be a guest on here, because this is the first time I had somebody on here that was totally like against the shit. So like you're a trailblazer, dog.
I'm not totally against it, bro. It's just a label thing.
Yeah, I feel you. Jackie Robinson a hating nigga. So congratulations.
Robinson hating.
All right,
You know he wasn't the first black player in the league, though.
I know. Who was?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's true. I just wanted to say something.
I know he's stupid motherfucker.
Donatello.
Stupid. All right, we out, man. Peace.